What's going on, everybody? This is your WOF Outlook and discussion for Friday, May 5th, 2023. And before we get into today's video, I hope everyone is doing well, remaining positive, and as always, staying blessed. All right, you guys, taking a look at the surface map this morning, you can see all the way out here in the North Atlantic, we have the big low pressure area continuing to spin and move its way on out here. We do have our disturbance moving eastward across the deep south here, giving southeast Louisiana, southern Mississippi some heavy showers and thunderstorms this morning. We will have a threat for some severe weather across Texas again, you guys. Even here across parts of Nebraska, in Kansas, we will have a threat for some severe weather also. And as we take a look here across the Pacific Northwest, you can see we do have another big system here spinning off the west coast here that's going to be funneling in this moisture. So today we will have a general thunderstorm risk here across parts of Nevada, Utah, Idaho, Colorado, extending on into the northern, central, and southern plains and into parts of the deep south here along the central Gulf Coast. So if you haven't done so already, you guys, please be sure to share, like, and subscribe so you can stay up to date and weather aware. You won't miss a beat when the Storm Prediction Center comes out with the updates. I'll have them right here at your weather on the fly in my Sharks community section. So you guys are going to take our quick 10 second intermission. Let me get these current surface plots off of here. All right. All right, you guys, and as you can see, we do have the Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk of severe weather up for, as I said earlier, parts of Nebraska, Kansas here, extreme northeast Colorado, another slight risk area here across central Texas, and we do have a marginal risk here for parts of southeast Louisiana and the Mississippi Gulf Coast. First, we're going to take a look here at the northern severe weather threat. Let's look at some of these areas that could be impacted here under the slight risk. We have McCook, Curtis, Broken Bow, North Plateau, Grand Island, Imperial, Bridgeport, all these areas, Hemingford, Mullen, all these areas here across Nebraska, Kansas, and parts of extreme northeast Colorado will be under a slight risk for some severe weather. The marginal risk does encompass just to the west of Omaha, on down to Plainville, Sterling, Scotts Bluff, Lusk, Valentine, O'Neill. All these areas are under a marginal risk for severe weather today. So be on the lookout if you're in that area. Now let's take a look here across parts of the marginal risk here along the Gulf Coast. New Orleans, Lafayette, Alexandria, Monroe, Jackson, Brookhaven, Bogalusa, even Hattiesburg, Biloxi, Ocean Springs, Mobile, Pensacola, all will be under a marginal risk for some severe weather today, you guys. And as we move on to Texas here, across parts of central Texas, the Dallas Fort Worth area, on down to Waco, Austin, Caryville, Lampasas. Y'all know I had to butcher for today. I have to give y'all a good laugh. Brady, Brownwood, Mineral Wells, all those areas will be under a slight risk, with Abilene on down to San Antonio will be under the marginal risk. All right, you guys, we're going to check the probabilities and see what could possibly be going on today with these storms. And as we check for the tornado probability, all right, we do have a 2% chance for some tornadoes here across parts of Nebraska and Kansas. Also, here across parts of central Texas, we will have a 2% chance for tornadoes around the Killeen area. And also, here right along the central Gulf Coast, southeast Louisiana, and the Mississippi Gulf Coast, New Orleans, Ocean Springs, Mandeville will have a slight threat for a tornado or two today. As we move on to the hail probability, you guys, all right, you can see up here along the northern extent across Nebraska and Kansas, 15% chance of hail on the order of 1 inch in diameter or larger, with a 5% encompassing the marginal risk. And also across Texas, you have that 15% over the slight risk, with a 5% encompassing that marginal risk, with also a 5% chance of hail on the order of 1+ inch in diameter, also across parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and extreme coastal Alabama and the Florida Panhandle around Pensacola. As we go to the wind probability, you can see wind is not going to be much of the greatest threat today, you guys. Just a 5% chance over all of the risk areas for some locally gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour. We do not have any significant tornado threat. That is good news. We do have two hatched areas for significant hail across central Texas, you guys, and even across parts of southern Nebraska and extreme northwest Kansas here on the order of 2+ inches in diameter. And hail could occur in these areas, so please be on the lookout today for that large hail and no significant wind, you guys. So now let's move on to the HRRR to see how all of this is going to possibly start to materialize. All right, let's get this together. See how these storms are going to materialize, you guys. And as usual, we're going to start with about 12 p.m. And the new HRRR is just about to be released, you guys, but this is the one from a few hours ago. So we're going to use this one for the time being. And as you can see, for 12 o'clock, we're not going to have much in the risk areas except across, you can see across parts of Arkansas, Mississippi, the Memphis area. Showers and thunderstorms will be ongoing around the noon hour. Even here across parts of northern Wisconsin, we could see some showers and thunderstorms, even here across parts of eastern Nebraska. As we move on to about 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon, we're in the afternoon hours, you guys. All right, you can see here across Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, we do have some showers and thunderstorms across the northern plains. Nothing too much popping here across the severe weather risk areas across Nebraska and Texas yet, but you can see the marginal risk across Mississippi. Sales are starting to pop here around the Jackson, Mississippi area, and even some showers and thunderstorms could be going here around 2, 3, 4 p.m. across South Louisiana and southern Mississippi, as well as Mobile, Alabama. As we move to 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, you guys, late afternoon, evening. All right, you can see across Nebraska here. Showers and thunderstorms are starting to pop in that slight risk area. We have to be on the lookout for that hail, you guys. Even these a few of these cells could produce a tornado or two. Look here across central Texas. We have cells starting to pop here just north of Austin around 7 o'clock. Look at the showers across southeast Louisiana, just to the south of the New Orleans area. Could be over the New Orleans area. Around the Hattiesburg area, some heavy cells here late this afternoon going into the evening hours. As we move to about 9, 10 o'clock, right? Let this load up, you guys. You can see here across the northern severe weather extent area, we have the showers and thunderstorms are going to be ongoing. Not too much is going on across Texas yet. So this is about 10 p.m. and not too much is going on. May have a little shower and thunderstorm popping up. But as I said, not much. And as you can see here across parts of southeast Louisiana, southern Mississippi, Alabama, we will still have possibly some showers and a few thunderstorms ongoing. As we move into the overnight hours, about 2 in the morning, you can see across the northern extent, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, we will have some showers along this northern extent here. Even some precipitation along the west coast, California, Oregon, even with some wintry precipitation looks like in the higher elevations. Now we move on to about 7 a.m. on Saturday, you guys. All right, and as you can see, as we get to Saturday, we probably have some showers and thunderstorms sprinkled here across parts of the northern plains. But all in all, not too much going on. Maybe a few showers across the Georgia area. But now what this does is segue us into convective outlook day 2, which where we do have a general thunderstorm risk here across much of the southern United States, extending into parts of the northern United States, all the way to the west coast, you guys. So as I said, a lot of the United States, we have a chance to see some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder here, the majority of the United States for this upcoming weekend. And as you can see, the Storm Prediction Center for day 2 has that slight risk for severe weather, bullseye across Missouri, Illinois, and parts of Iowa here, Columbia, Quincy, Centerville, Burlington, Springville, St. Louis. Just to the west of Peoria, will be under a slight risk for Saturday. The marginal risk just to the west of Chicago, Clinton, Des Moines, Kansas City, Springfield, Springdale, Tulsa. As we continue to move on south, Fort Smith, Oklahoma City, Norman, Durant, Wichita Falls, Dallas, Abilene. Just to the west of San Antonio will be under a marginal risk for tomorrow. So that marginal risk does extend from the Midwest, Southwest on into the Central Texas area, you guys. And as we check the probability, you can see tornado risk. We do have a 5% chance here across Missouri, Illinois, and extreme southern Iowa around the Quincy, Columbia, St. Louis, Missouri area. That tornado threat will be the greatest, with a 2% encompassing the outer edge of that, which does include Peoria, Springfield, Kansas City in itself. We will have a 2% chance of tornadoes here across parts of central Texas, extending into central and southeast Oklahoma. We'll have to be on the lookout if you're in those areas. Hell, 15% chance up here for size of 1+ inch here across Missouri, Illinois, and Iowa, with a 5% encompassing the marginal risk. As we move on to the wind probability, same as hell, 15% encompassing the slight risk, a 5% encompasses the marginal risk to see winds on the order of 55 to 60 miles per hour. No significant tornado threat, you guys. No significant hail threat, and no significant wind threat is expected as of now for Saturday. So that is good news. Now we're going to continue the HRRR out. Let's go to about noon Saturday, you guys. Now, as you can see, we have a cluster of storms here on the eastern edge of this slight risk across central Illinois, moving on eastward towards Indiana, that cluster of thunderstorms. Other than that, there is not much going on in the severe weather risk areas. As we move on to 4 in the afternoon, you can see that cluster of storms starts to die out as it heads across the border of Illinois into southern Indiana. Do have some showers and thunderstorms starting to develop here across the Minnesota area, across Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Nothing going on yet here across parts of Texas, Oklahoma. We may even have some showers here Saturday afternoon starting to break out across South Louisiana. So we'll be on the lookout in that area. As we go to 8 in the evening, you guys. All right, as we move to 8 in the evening, you can see we start to have these cells starting to pop around the St. Louis area. They will have the potential to be producing all hazards here. This will be Saturday evening around 8 p.m., you guys. Even extending further southwest, just to the west of Dallas, in the east of Abilene, right in between those areas, extending up towards Oklahoma City. We will have some cells here that could be producing all hazards here in this area as well. And also some showers and thunderstorms littered around South Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, you guys. Even across parts of Florida, we'll have to be on the lookout for some showers and thunderstorms. And as we go as far as the HRRR takes us out, which is Sunday morning, you can see here overnight Saturday into early Sunday morning, heavy rains ongoing here up across parts of Wisconsin. The Chicago area could be getting a round of heavy showers Saturday night into Sunday morning. Here across southern Illinois and Indiana, moving into parts of Kentucky, could see a cluster of showers and thunderstorms. Look at all the heavy rain across the state of Indiana, going into Michigan, in the state of Ohio. Some heavy showers could be ongoing in the overnight hours. Here we go across, look at here, even across eastern Kansas, just south of Kansas City, a cluster of heavy showers and thunderstorms. And as we move on down towards the Dallas, Oklahoma City area, we could also have a cluster of showers and thunderstorms as the overnight hours of Saturday goes on into Sunday. So that's going to be it for this one, you guys. If you haven't done so already, be sure to share, like, and subscribe so you can stay up to date and weather aware. Won't miss a beat here at your Weather on the Fly. That's going to be it for this one. Everyone be safe, be careful, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.